Hey everybody, welcome back to the commentary zone. My name is Jamal, and this is Project Runway review, episode 6. Fashion is back, baby. To me, this was a good episode. The designers overall did very, very well. I mean, I did not envy them having to pick a top and a bottom, even though I do feel the picking the top designs were easier than picking the bottom designs, in my opinion. So I'm gonna get started. Now the challenge, this was a really good challenge. The challenge was they paired each designer with an accessory designer, which I was like, this is cool because sometimes the right accessories can make or break your design depending on what you choose, and we see this later on in the critiques. So let's get started. So Bones was paired with a hat maker. Katie got a shoemaker. Zayton was paired with a handbag maker. Prajay was paired with a glove maker. Octavio, Octavio, excuse me, with a headwear designer. Christina got a shoe designer. Aaron got a handbag designer. Anna got a jewelry designer. Chastity got a handbag designer. Coral got a headwear designer, and Chantal got a jewelry designer. So going through everyone, I thought the pairings were great. They all worked very well together. You know, Bones was feeling his Milner. Katie seemed to really be connected to the shoemaker. Zayton was happy with his handbag designer. Same with Project. They all seemed happy with who they got, and which made for, to me, this was a very easy episode to watch because there wasn't too many critiques. Now, some of the main critiques Christian had was for Coral. She was picking out her fabric, and he's all like, "Okay, look, you've done a black dress, a black outfit every single challenge, and the judges really do, and you've always been safe. Do you think you've been safe because they really can't see them braiding macrame work that you do?" And she thought about it, and I was super excited to see her go for the red. Like, so happy for her. Then we move on to Katie. Now, Katie's first design was, it was kind of meh. And Chris just said, like, maybe the length is, maybe like this is a great fabric. This is what you brought from home. She said yes. I like this the way it is. Maybe it's all in the length. And he suggested that instead of like a long kind of dress, that she do a mini. And I knew what he wanted, but I think what happened is when she was designing and making the adjustment, she actually cut it too short, and so she cut it for her liking. So when she cut it so short, she had to make it a high low make it interesting. And I was like, that's not gonna go well. And then let's see who else. Um, as I said, Coral made. He was happy to say Coral using red. They could see all the her. I guess braiding macrame technique. I was here for that. And as far as critiques overall, this was a very mellow episode. To me, it was all about really about the designers and the accessory designers versus Christian giving a lot of critique because he really didn't have much to say overall, which I found very interesting. And that just tells me that the designers did such a good job that he didn't have to say too much. So I'm going to take a quick break here and see what you guys are saying. Hey, Tracy, thanks for being here. Hey, just me, welcome. Hey, Trey. Let's see. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, Katie, that was maternity clown. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. And then Trey says, "No, Jamal. The problem is that she has adult romper room. Will send in the class and clothes." I mean, I I know what she's trying to do. I get it, but for some reason, she can't adjust her point of view into the challenge. And I said this since the beginning. This was going to be her problem, and it's her confidence and her ability not to get outside and elevate her own clothing, which is why I don't understand how come she cannot do it, because she has the talent. That's the frustrating part. I mean, why do you have to use like some of her stuff I've seen her on Instagram? I'm like, really? You couldn't do this on the show? You couldn't find this fabric? Like you can like for example, why couldn't she just get, instead of going so, as you guys are saying, clown romper room? Why did she never go for the ombre fabrics? Did anyone else see it as an issue? Did anyone else think about that? So on past seasons, we see Mood has everything, and in the past, designers would use the ombre colors. Like instead of going straight crayon, pastel, watercolors, they get a nice ombre, an ombre effect. And I think that would have served her well in her style well, because it's still the color that she wants, but in a more elevated, an elevated realm of fashion. So I wish she had thought to go that route. All right, so I'm gonna move on. Yeah, Trey. Yeah, and I think if had she gone the ombre effect with ombre effect fabrics, it would have taken away the circus. I really do, because they Mood has had some beautiful fabrics. With the blues and the yellows, we've seen it, so they definitely have it. I just don't. I think with her, she's so focused on keeping to her quote unquote aesthetic that she's not thinking outside of the box. And her aesthetic is already out of the box, so she came in with kind of an advantage because she was already different. All right, let me go back to my notes. All right, so the runway happens. Now, before I read up the top and the bottom, like who did you guys have in the top? Give me your top two or three. Because for me, I'll give you the ones I had. I know I had Anna. So I had Anna, I had Coral, and I had Christina. So I only do three. So for me it was Anna, Coral, and Christina. But Anna didn't make it. Yeah, actually the shoes were two, but the shoes had to match the designer's dress. So I see why they gave clown. So Trey had Prajay, Octavio, and Anna. Now for me, in all honesty, Anna's design was the number one for me, and here's why. It's because she actually incorporated um the jewelry into the design. Like it's like the dress was like held together by the jewelry. So the jewelry wasn't just merely an accessory; it was part of the design, and it took me out. And I do want to give out an honorable mention to Chantal and that red dress. It looked stunning on her model, and she also incorporated the brooch, the jewelry, into her design. Beautiful. Chantal was probably like my number four, and it was close. All right, so I'm gonna move on. Now, in the top, there was Prajay, Coral, Christina, and Octavio. Now, Prajay, I'm not mad at him at all. Stunning look. I'm glad he went with the head wrap. It worked perfectly with his dress and those gloves. Yes, I was with the judges when they say it gave me Jackie O. It gave me Jackie O. Audrey Hepburn. She 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 could be strolling down the runway in Paris, and I wouldn't bat an eye. Or she could be sitting having in the cafe eating escargot with the Jackie O shades, just chilling and just snap a photo and she's ready. Great job. Coral's finally in the top. The judges were happy to see her. And I really feel she's in the top because, they raved about her macrame, which they could actually see since it was done in a color. And that red was beautiful on her model. Was the hat an accessory? Yes, it was an accessory for fabric that actually matched her dress. So I know they knocked her down a little bit for that, but she made a wise choice because that red would have just thrown it all off. So great job to Coral. Christina, the suit was fantastic. I loved it because it was so different from what everyone else did. She made several pieces. The color was good. She made like with three pieces: a jacket, a shirt, and some pants. And the high end like brown bag was cool because she was kind of poking fun of herself, and it really went with the outfit. I mean, you take that with the shoes, so well done. Not mad at all. Octavio, Didi, shout out to Didi, his model, killed it again, brought the garment to life. The styling was on point. The dress moved. It gave you the wow factor. She had the hat box bag. It just all went together. So, taking all four into account, Christina won the challenge. Great job to her. I think she deserved it. When you can put them all together and you see which one went all together, including the shoes, including the accessories, including the design accessory, I think Christina just barely edged out Prajay. I mean, it was barely. What do you guys think? So let's see. Trey also liked Christina's look. Tracy Zayden I thought was boho chic. Screen Turks and Caicos. I'm gonna get to Zayden and where I think he may have went wrong. Sorry, all I guess it was Grey Gardens. Trace agreed Jamal that had to throw it off. Aaron's bag was Louis Vuitton Summer Edition 100%. I like Aaron a lot, but I was glad he figured out the whole I forgot that. I'm glad he figured out the whole like the model just dropping the cover. I was like, because like, no, never would I ever let just a garment just lay on the runway. He's like, okay, I'll figure it out. Forgot that. Sorry about that. So we got our top. Um, you got our top out the way. Now to the bottom. Now Zayden. So Zayden started off with his main issue was styling, and Christian told him or asked him, "Do you really need all that?" And Zayn's like, "Yes, it just brings the look together." He's like, "Are you sure?" I do not understand. I understand. Okay, let me finish my thought. Sorry, I don't understand how these designers, after all these seasons of Project Runway, have not learned to listen to the mentors when it comes to styling. If they're pointing it out to you, it's for a reason. Think about it. Because I felt that he didn't even need the earrings and the necklace because the main accessory should have been the bag, and the bag should have been the focal point. And I'll be completely honest. When I saw his look, my eyes went to those earrings first, then the necklace, then the dress. What? Since the bag and the dress were so similar, the bag actually blended into her sleeve. You didn't notice the bag until the cameras went down, and that was a huge issue. I know these designers have watched Project Runway. I'm pretty positive they have. Listen to the mentors, especially when it comes down to styling. And they even pointed out basically had Zayden listened to Christian and not overstyled, he probably would not have been in the bottom. And I truly believe that. Do you guys think the same thing? Oh, and also the cut of Zayden's V-neck was off as well. Like his proportions were off. He could actually brought everything in a little bit for his model, and I think it was stunning. I think his model should have been fitted better. I felt the look was oversized. I could be wrong. It could be just a personal thing, but I feel like a woman's body and clothes should look at its absolute best. And I don't feel his model looked at her absolute best. I feel like she looked okay, but I love the print. I love where he was going. It's just he with Zayton, he's almost there. He's always almost there. He just never quite gets over the finish line. And then who do we have next? All right, next we have Bones. Okay, okay. Now I like Bones a lot. I really, really do. My struggle with Bones is he doesn't edit. I mean, I know where he wanted to go. The problem is it was too much ruffle, too much fabric. It drowned his model out. I mean, if you didn't know any better, you would think she had no shape at all because it wasn't fitted. I mean, yeah, no, the mesh sleeve it gave me like mermaid, and then the next part of the dress gave me like Ursula. Then the bottom of the dress gave me Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind. It's like I'm just gonna take all the curtains off the rod and make and put this at the bottom to make me a dress. It was too many things at one time. No, no sir, way too much. Can't do it. And then and the dress took away from the hat. I forgot she was wearing the hat for a moment until I happened to look up. I was so focused on the bottom of that dress and all the ruffles and all the fabric, I couldn't even focus on the hat. And for me, the hat and the dress didn't go together. It's like the colors were off. Like I felt like everyone else's hats and the color, it all went together. It looked good. His just to me didn't, and I'm very disappointed in that. Now Brandon, he and Brandon Maxwell had a back and forth, and they weren't. He wasn't understanding. They weren't talking to him about a person. Like they weren't. He took everything as a personal attack. It's not personal. They're saying as a designer, like your voice is not there yet. You need to pick a voice and go with it. That's what they were saying. But he took offense. Like I know who I am. I'm very confident in who I am, and he just had this attitude. I'm like, not necessary. You're on a show to be judged on your work, and they're critiquing your work, and they're not critiquing you as a person. And I think in the olden days of Project Runway, he got sent home for his attitude. I really feel that. But I think the judges have evolved along with this show, and they've learned to judge the people just solely on their work, which is a good thing in this case. Now on to Katie, Poe Katie, Poe Child. Um, bad fabric choice. That's the start. The bad fabric choice. Clown College. She's gone from Clown Elementary to Clown Junior High to Clown High, and this week she was in Clown College, and it just didn't work. The whole thing. Mm-mm. It you she's so in her head with taking critique. You could take a critique and make it work for you. You can't take everyone's critique, otherwise you'll have nothing. So her main issues were the bad fabric choice and the design issue, because even on the runway, I want to say her name's Eleanor, the editor. She told her, like, in this case, I just think it was a bad fabric choice, pure and simple. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. She made it too. She made the she picked the wrong fabric, made it too long, shortened it, shortened it too much for her taste. Tried to adjust it to a high low. It just overall just didn't work. And that clown bib. I'm like, I see why the chat's saying it's clown everywhere. Yeah, I had to agree because the same clown collar bib. No, can't do it. So now let me go back. Trey says Zayden's look was over accessorized. 100% agree. Trey, child bones done fell off. Yeah, it looks like Tracy agrees. Trey says, I need week one bones back, minus the ego. I wonder what happened to this person. I had week one bones like coasting pretty much to the top five easily. Not even a doubt in my mind because the first outfit was so good. Tracy is sending out APB for bones, and then Trey's all like, not gonna lie, I will miss seeing what Katie would have made next week for the avant garde challenge. See, that's yeah. This is why I wanted her to survive. I wanted her to get to those. I wanted to see her in the avant garde challenge, and I want to see her in the unconventional challenge. That's what I would have wanted to see. Those are the two main challenges I wanted to see from her, and we're not going to see them. And I keep wondering, are they going to use the unconventional challenge to see who goes to the finale? Because normally the unconventional challenge is the second or third challenge, but we haven't seen it yet. So everyone, that wraps up this review for Project Runway episode 6. Fashion is back, baby. We hope to see you next time. Please like and subscribe. Let me know at this point in the game. Let me know who you see in the finale in the comment section. I'll be checking them out and I will respond. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.